Hi members, over the last few newsletters we've talked about how we swing the club, reverse pivoting, what we're doing wrong with our swing, etc. But in this month's newsletter, we're actually talking about our equipment and how important it actually is to have a good set of grips on your golf club. It's a bit like having good tyres on your car. In the wet, if you haven't got good tyres, you lose traction, you lose control of your car. Golf's no different. If your grips are worn, especially in the wet, you'll find you'll lose a grip in your hands, which in turn then means you lose the ability to control the golf ball. So if your grips are looking a little bit like mine are, this is my driver, as you can see it's fairly shiny, there's a bit of a worn patch here, things like that. You find your grips, when they're like this, they're usually worse in winter because your hands are pretty cold and things like that. So it might be time to have a look at your grips and change them. Now we have numerous types of grips, as you can see down here on the ground. We have multi-compound grips, which are half cord, half rubber. We have ladies grips, all sort of rubber grips. So there's so many different types of grips. Now that's not an issue. You pick the grip that you like, but probably more importantly, you make sure that the grip fits your hands. That's the key, because if they're too small for you, so if your grips are too small for you and your fingers dig into your palm, you'll tend to grip the club too tight, which in turn means you don't use your arms and your hands properly in your swing. If your grip's too big for you and your fingers don't touch your palm, it means that you don't have control of the golf club. So, basically what you should be looking for is your fingers, or the index finger, just touching the palm of your hand. That's what we always look for when we're trying to fit people for grips. So not only should you be looking at new grips if your grips are shiny or gone hard, but you should always also make sure that we fit you properly for them. So if you need a set of new grips, come in and see us. We make sure that we fit you properly and you get the grip that you like. Now this month we have a special on grips. We have two grips. We have the ladies and the men's grip. These two grips, this is the men's and this is the ladies. These two grips were $17 each. They're now flying out the door at $9 each. So if your grips are looking a bit old and worn, why not get into some of these?